I think when you read Coach, you'll see so much of Ghost, and you'll understand their relationship, right? And how symbiotic they really are in a very strange way, generations apart. So I think it would make sense to me that Ghost would grow up to try to help kids the way Coach helped him. Maybe he'd have his own thing. Maybe he took over for the Defenders. Maybe he's in the set. Let's see, Coach would be 10 years older, so Coach would probably still be coaching. Because if y'all know these kinds of coaches, they don't never, they die on the track, you know what I mean? Like, you know? And so he would probably be Coach's assistant coach. Patina is a boss somewhere. I don't know where, but you know, Patina is an homage to the women in my life who had a very particular brand of fortitude. And that fortitude was not anything they ever asked for, but something that they had to have in order to survive and thrive. And so because I grew up around those girls and my sister and my mama and my aunties, and I saw what they were able to sort of will their lives into, bend their lives into, there's nothing in me that believes that Patina is anything other than the CEO of some company doing her thing, for sure. I think Sonny is doing whatever he wants. You know, Sonny's in the gig economy, you know what I mean? Just kind of bopping around doing his thing, you know, and being free. You know, I grew up this bohemian kid who had like parents who were very kind of like free, and you know, especially my mom. My dad was like the cool dad, and my mom was sort of like business suit in the day and then like hippied out at night, you know. And so I grew up in this kind of weird way where I never felt the pressure of anything when it came to like expectation around what I was supposed to grow up and be, right? I was a free black boy, right? Like truly at a time in which that wasn't always the case, but I had force fields around me. My friends sort of created force fields around me. My parents let me know like, hey man, you know, the world is yours. Do whatever you want to do as long as you do it well, right? But do your thing. And so I think Sonny is the kind of person right now, Sonny would be in his 20s, his early 20s. He's still trying to figure it out, but he's having a great time trying to figure it out. And it looks strange and it looks weird to everybody else, but it makes perfect sense to him, right? And his friends, Ghost and Patina and Lou, know for a fact that he'll find it. And when he does find it, it's gonna be something special, right? Like that means something to me to show a kid where maybe it's not a straight path, you know? And, you know, he come from a little bit of money. So he got a little bit of wiggle anyway. And then Lou, what would Lou be? You know, it's funny because I think that character, I think he's the most misunderstood of the characters.
How so?
Because people mistake his ego, people mistake his moxie for some sort of negatively connoted ego. And it's not that. It's that he has an insecurity. He's found his way of sort of masking and managing said insecurity. He uses sort of the way he looks and his athletic prowess as a way to survive in the community in which he's brought up in. And so I think he probably, like, given sort of what happens in that book with his father, the siblings coming, the things he learns about his family, his relationship with his friends, he would be the one to surprise everybody. To me, he's the one that grows up and becomes a therapist. He grows up and becomes a school teacher, right? Yeah, he flies, he's got all of that, but he doesn't grow up to become like the Olympian or, you know, the fashion person or like the socialite. Like, I think he's actually the one that becomes the guy who